Good morning. All right, I'm going to start this new little journey of just using Reddit questions and posting it for my personal feelings or opinions on it. Seeing for former foster children, since I was a former foster kid for 9 years. And I'm very opinionated, so we'll see. The first one here is, what random skill did care make you a pro at? I like this one. There's a few things like foster cares. Being sneaky was huge, and learning body language was huge. But I think, yeah, both of those are pretty big for me. I had to be able to sneak around the house and go in and get food when I wasn't fed. Go into the fridge and get food when my grandparents were upstairs or foster parents were upstairs. I'd have to be able to sneak really quiet and be able to get it. And now I've lost weight recently, but like my wife kind of gives me crap sometimes. Like, how are you so big and so quiet? Well, I had to learn how to sneak at a very young age for a long time, or I'd get beat. So, yeah, I would say being able to be, and I'm not overweight like I used to be. I was 250 pounds about, and I finally lost some weight. But being able to sneak around at 250 pounds when I'm a fat dude, my wife gave me crap. How are you so quiet when you're this big, That was one of them. I think also like the personality of being able to adapt really quickly to other people's like personalities and kind of mold myself into who I needed to be at the time. There's a lot of that for at least me personally. So yeah, like let's see. Looking at some of these, is one person's letting go and moving on. I agree. Letting go and moving on was really kind of easy for me. I don't have any friends right now at a 36-year-old man because like I've dropped people like that, like for the smallest things. And I'm not saying that's okay. It's just something survival for me. So that was one as well. Pretending to be asleep was a good one. Is There's so many times where I'll lay there limp with my eyes closed, but just listening, just to hear what was going on or what was being said. That's a huge one. So, and then somebody else commented, masking, blending in. I went through this so many homes growing up that when backed into a corner and feeling uncomfortable, I turned on super charm over the top personality. I agree that you adapt to become a part of them. Also, by jumping and asking questions and engaging with everyone, it kickstarts conversations in large groups and allows me to sit back and have superficial relationships. That's what I was talking about. The extremely likely personality is very much a trauma response. Effectively, what happens is a panic attack that kickstarts a fawning response that over time I learned to make into an extroverted attitude. At some point, I realized that when I ask the questions and start the conversation, people are so excited that someone is listening that they never realize I don't talk about myself. That is a former foster kid's personality right there. Thank you. Lost Ojibwe. You're on point, man. There's so many times where what I wanted, it didn't matter. I had to feed into their stuff so it's not focused on me anymore. Then I'm not gonna be the one that's like getting in as trouble. Or I agree. It's just such a great way to put it. Survival was a good one, and disassociation. And these are all just comments I'm using. And I agree, like disassociating, same thing with almost the same thing with me with friends and whatnot. Like I've met a ton of people. I've been in the army, I went to college, I've met thousands of people. Zero close friends. And I do think personally it has a lot to do with like how I was raised and how I can't fully trust anybody, or I have a particular way I think friends should act. And I'm not saying that this is okay, but I have particular ways I think people should act if you're going to be a friend, and staying in touch and kind of here and there, even if you're not hanging out. I totally get that, but just staying in touch at hey there, hey here, responding. And for me, if I don't even get that, even for a little bit, bye, I'm out, I'm done, we're not friends. And I know that's not okay. That's just the disassociation for me, where it's like, okay, we haven't talked in months. I try to hit you up and you don't respond or nothing. We're not friends, And I know to some people that may not be okay, but like being a former foster kid, being dumped left, right, living out of a backpack for years, not having anybody or anything but my backpack, I only had me. So it's really easy for me to drop, move on. So yeah, I don't know. This was a good one. It's going to be my first one. I think I'm going to try to do this more often. But yeah, what random skill did foster care make you a pro at? And I agree. I do think the biggest thing is being quiet, being really sneaky, ninja level type stuff. The hypervigilance for sure. And survival, absolutely. And also the disassociation, and especially for those of us who have been kicked out of multiple homes. I think that comes a lot easier. So yeah, there's the first one, and hopefully of many. And if anybody watches it, thanks. I hope this helps, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. Appreciate it. You guys have a good day. On to the next.